Hello, people. How are we all doing tonight? It's a wet one. It's horrible. It's not very nice at all. But before we start this stream, I do want to say my condolences to the West Brom fan that sadly lost their life at Hillsborough. No fan should ever not go home from a football game. They should always be able to go home and take the politics of our stadium out of it and everything. Someone lost their life, and let's think of it like that. And to the fan that got themselves banned for life and got arrested, well, think before you type. That's what I'm going to say. I'm always been very cautious about that with people, that the internet is an interesting place. So yeah. How are you all doing this evening? How are we all doing indeed? We are starting a little bit earlier than normal, mainly because I don't want to be in here for too much, because I can hear the rain and it's doing my head in. It's been absolutely horrible all day. And where I live, the roads are already bad because Sheffield City Council are naff at cleaning out their drains. They're always floods. Mental health check-in, like DJ said as well. Please put your mental health check-ins in. I'd like to know how you're doing. Also, keep your notifications on this week. There are a lot of live streams happening this week. You've got a Match Day watch along on Wednesday night. You've got a debrief Thursday. And you've got a roundup on Friday night as per usual. So we'll be getting a lot of stuff done. And also, on the videos this week, they'll be a bit different. They'll be all shot on the iPhone in the house because I am on parenting duty. My other half is going back to work, so it'll be interesting to see how everything goes and how I get back into the swing of it. So it's going to be interesting because they're two different kids. But what a really good result that was yesterday. Saturday. How good a result was that? Friday night, we had a bit of negativity. Some people were a bit negative and saying, oh, we're going to get smashed. I don't feel comfortable. And I said at the end of it, these are the kind of games that we tend to go out and get 3 points against the teams we're not meant to. And if you actually look at it as a whole, first 45 minutes, we absolutely battered them. Totally agree. Very sad regarding the fan and God bless his family. I agree. Hey Jake, I left a comment yesterday telling you I was over your way for the first game against West Brom. Loved it. Loved Sheffield. We'll be back into. Mate, next time you do so, I know you planned this, and my plan was to get to that game, and something popped up that I couldn't actually do. Sadly, the time was bad. Let me know next time, and we'll get a game picked. We'll get a game picked. And we'll do a meet-up kind of thing. It'd be good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And I'm glad you managed to bring some of the Irish look with you. Because we needed it. And you got to experience the Hillsborough at its finest. There was something today that I did earlier about a video talking about Danny saying about it quite quiet at Hillsborough at the minute. I get why. I do get why. Because anytime we do that whole thing where it goes, it's always good. Love your channel, dude. Top class fella. Hey up, Dino. I hope you're feeling better, mate. Love hearts in the chat for Dino. He's not well at the minute, and I want to make sure the fan base is thinking of him because he ain't great at the minute, Dino. Is it the Dino I think it is, which I think it is? Give him all your love because my mate Dino is not doing great at the minute. And yeah, he's in the right place, let's put it that way, to get looked after. Saw my ass with myself after he waited a chance to put 3-1. Just before West Brom equalised, but all forgiven when he scored that winner. Yep. Well said. Thought you were, Dino. Well said, Jake. Sad, so sad. Whatever happened, I hope we give the team some confidence for the upcoming game. I agree. Thanks, Jake. Yes, we'd love to meet up with you at the game, top man. Thank you, mate. Ian and Jake, little late. Yeah, you're not late. I'm early. This was meant to go live at 7, and with how wet it is, I am kind of just wanting to not be in the studio too long. Starting off to thought it was you. In my sort of journey, it was lovely to meet you the other day as well, mate. How are you, my good friend? How are we all doing? Yeah. I'll tell you something. I didn't see this result coming. I did not see this result coming at all. I was very, I bet you are. I hate days like this, wet and horrible. Oh, it's horrible. You know, winters and autumn coming, and I'm ready for that. You know, I've got a big blue hoodie thing I wear. You'll see a lot more of that this year because I'm going to make use of it. 19 people watching, 11 like us, likes up people. But yeah, we got the thing that we got a result. The first goal, really good play by Wednesday to find Marvin Johnson. Johnson hits it, it's a deflection, and we get that little bit of luck we're looking for. You know what? You know what I mean? It's that little bit of luck that we've been having, and we got it on that. I wasn't entirely surprised, by the way, and I said we were just a couple of tweaks. You did say that, Jay. You've been very confident on it all. You've been very confident. It's just the little tweaks that we needed. Net 2 games are tough places to go, but I think both are winnable. I think they are. Bristol City got a good result versus Swansea right near the end to get an equaliser, and Coventry are in a world of mess. So it'll be good for us to go there and get some points against two teams that are not particularly playing well. So I think you're right, Barry. But we've got to take it game by game. Game by game, not look at too much of the form table, and more, because form doesn't mean anything at this moment in time. And the thing is, you look at the game Plymouth had against Luton, that could have been us 2 weekends ago. Like, and generally because we were good. We just weren't clinical enough. It just shows you when you're clinical, it's good. The header by Windass was fantastic, but I will say something. Femero's ball to find him was incredible. He looked up, knew where he was going to go, played it into faith, and Josh Windass went Robin Van Persie, didn't he? He really did go that style, and I think it was the World Cup or Euro, one of those ones. It was just a really clever ball and a really clever bit of play. Josh Windass actually on his LinkedIn turned around and said, sometimes it's not about communication with your mouth, it's about communication with your eyes. And he's right. Potential result, we seem to raise our game against top 6 in the league, but we're very impressive. Went down good to get the win. Sending Dino all our best. Thank you, Andrew, for that, mate. Much appreciate it. The thing is, we could have gone up in that first half by a lot more. Akin has massively improved, Jez. He's playing in his natural position. That's the thing I've got. He's playing in his natural position, which is left-sided centre-back. And that suits him down to the ground. He's not a left-back. He's a left-sided centre-back. So he's playing in a natural position, which helps. And I think you either throw a Whitway or Bernard in there, and I think you got your back three. It works really, really well. And it's nice to see him playing in a really good position as well. That he knows. What Swansea Bristol's a lot of huffing and puffing, but not a lot of quality. We love a chance. We'll see what happens. Good to see Bailey get off the mark as well. It was. Let's talk about a bit of the bad in that game then. So some of the bad was, again, the defending for the first goal. It was a little bit non-existent. And this is where Danny's comments over the weekend came in about saying Hillsborough quiet. I think the moment when they concede at the minute, as a club and as a fan base, we suddenly go, oh God, here it happens again. It's going to happen again. You get all the people on
Twitter going, oh, this is rubbish. See, this is why not an elite manager. This is why we need someone else or bringing someone else in.
And it's not the case at all. I thought the way we actually did go down to make it 2-2 annoyed me, because we've seen it time and time again. It's just that there's a tweak somewhere in that back lineup that just needs a tweak. And it's like what Jez said earlier, little bit of tweaking here and there. Look like it come good. I've seen a lot of people say this weekend, Ugbo wasted money. Why did we spend 3 million on him? The lad's not had a pre-season. The lad's getting up to speed. it will come good. But the problem is when you come for money, people expect the return on investment. They want to see it. And that's the thing for me. I just had an ad for the holidays in Iceland. Charles is not 10 million Saints. He's not 10 million Saints. They've stolen him there. He's at least 20 million. Thing is, I think Man City have got a buyback on him if they ever want to sell him. They got first dibs, and you could probably see him back at Man City very shortly. It wouldn't surprise me, depending on how Man City do on their charges, if he's back there next season and Saints sell him on again. Or they say, look, we're going to go in for him, and they got first dibs. It would not surprise me. Ooh. Oh, in the slightest if that happens. But Charles doesn't play like a young lad. He literally plays like a lad who's been in the game for years. Like, generally, he feels like he's been playing for years. No group in the world would have said that. The second goal was all with that bounce. If that bounce hadn't have happened, I think Beadle probably able to save that quite comfortably. But it's the way we responded after that. The way we responded after that was like, right, sod it, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna go anchor another one here. And the only issue I got with the way we play at the minute, it does feel like we play a little bit of a game of net goal winner, net goal stays on, kind of thing. And I don't mind it, but if you're going to play that way of thing, you really want to make sure your defense is a little bit more solid. But that'll come. But it was a really good ball by no one talking about the Max Lowe pass. That pass Max Lowe did to find Barry Bannon was superb. Take a drink. I will do as well. It was absolutely superb. Like, generally, it was really good. And then Barry Bannon ball into the box. It's just what we needed. It's what we needed. It's what we had. And Masaba getting off the mark helps. I think he wanted to play a confidence is key for him. The moment he starts playing with confidence, it's good. Ubbo looked a bit isolated on target, but he was doing the work off the ball. He didn't seem too chuffed when he didn't get the cut. Yeah, that's the thing. I think if he had that cutback from Masaba, it's different. It's a lot different. And wow, my views are just taking a cliff dive. Gone down to something going weird with YouTube today. But yeah, it really did do really good. But I think with Ugbo, I think it was the Grimby game where we saw him playing behind Jamal Lowe just in front of him with Ugbo. Just Jamal Lowe just behind him with Ugbo in front of him. I think that worked a lot better. I really think that worked. Gotta give it Ugbo a chance. Charles, though, with class. Yeah, this is the thing. I don't understand why people are having a go at Ugbo. He needs service. You've seen all the goals he got last season were very much crosses into the box. Like, really was crosses into the box. And we've not done much of that yet. We've seen that Kabashi can put a hell of a ball in. And again, it was another really good performance by Kabashi. Kabashi and Marvin Johnson had already got an understanding early doors. And the thing I like about Kabashi is he can defend. He will get back into a defensive position and stop an attack. I like that. Ian and Alex, how you doing, mate? Hope your little and Lola's ready for bed. Ubbo isn't getting the service yet. I agree. I was like, I went way off Emma to keep their partnership, though, the next game. So keep Magic quiet. I don't think chopping and changing is unsettled team. The thing is, you look at that team on Saturday, if Bernard doesn't get sent off, it's still the same team versus Luton. Generally, I think you would have still played the same team that played against Luton, maybe with Ugbo up top, but at the back, I think it wouldn't change. Ian England, hope you well, mate. They need to have a go at Ugbo because we won, so they can't complain about that. Yeah, true. Our fan base is weird. Even when we win, there's something to complain about. It's odd. I think it's in like every fan base. There's always something not good enough. You could have won by 80-0, but there's something wasn't great because X, Y, and Z. I enjoyed the West Brom match, even though I was hungover. Oh, they are not the best game when you're hungover. No, I think a lot of people didn't say. I think Jez said it would come in, but it shows you anyone can beat anyone. Someone left a comment saying, right, we can beat anyone now. There's no excuse if you lose a game. And it's like, of course there is. I understand the sentiment, but of course there is. You can always have a bad game. You're not going to play great 100% of the time. You're not going to go into work 100% ready for work. There's going to be days where you're 50, maybe 30% ready. So there is kind of thing. Can I single out from I thought you can, mate? He was absolutely fantastic because that ball to Windhoff was great. We spoke about it earlier, but he had got a ping on him, and I think we forget how good of a service he can do. I did like how we mixed up, went long sometimes. Because I think I agree. So coming, I was early, mate. I'm not talking about the incidents at the Matt Glenn, not touching it with a 10-foot bar pole. I think you take it for what it is. There was a medical incident at the game, and I thought so with the family and friends. I'm not getting into that situation. No, not for me. You send your thoughts and prayers to the family, and you let the people in and around the club and everything else sort that out. The moment we start getting into that kind of stuff, it just gets muddy. And with our history of the ground, it's always going to get brought up. I'm not bringing anything up about it, Glenn. Right, Glenn, I just said no. Listen. Like, genuinely, listen. I said no. I am not bringing it up. I know what the West Brom fans said, and I'm not giving it the airtime. I am not having us talk about someone's death or whatever happened because it's not that. That's the thing. You can say it, mate. Right, fine, say it. But I'm going to say this now. I am not getting into the political side of the incident. I'm just not. Not something I want to do. Like, genuinely, not something I want to do. Because it's not our place. I'd rather leave that out of it because everyone got a different take on what happened. And that's the thing. I'd rather we respect the families and just be sad that someone didn't go home from a football game. Right. Glenn, just stop. I'd asked you. Right. Sorry about this, guys. Give me a minute. Sorry. I'd asked nicely. I'm not going into it. Apology for ruining the stream there, guys, but I'm just not getting into it. I've already said I don't want to touch it. And not the place. I've already said my thoughts on it. Madger is an incredible talent, though. Oh, Madger's very, very good. Madger's a very, very good player, and I was always done. Kind of thing. That's the thing for me with Madger. We did well at keeping him very, very quiet. We kept him very quiet, and that's the key. If you can keep someone who's that dominant at the minute, I think it's 7 in 7 he got now, which is incredible. And there was always a good player there when he was at Sunderland. But I think there was a bit of, you saw it in the Sunderland Till I Die documentary. Cheers, mate. Yeah, like, take a bit of advice from DJ. Like, generally, take a bit of advice from DJ. Like, that's something between you and your mate, not something between the Punk Chef 41 community. There we're going to Tom Fellow scene. He's a very good prospect, and I've heard a lot of good things from West Bromwich Albion side. They really do enjoy watching him play. And West Brom are a good team. And there was a lot of good things said from their manager before the game. And we managed to go there and get the result. And that's the thing for me. We might get a result at home. Sorry, I've lost my train of thought. We did manage to get that side of it. And what we got to remember is when somebody playing that well as they are doing, for us to go quickly get a result, it's incredible. It is really good for us to go get a result. And I want to see us next start doing more to go forward. Ian, in that hiding, mate, I hope you're well. I hope everyone's dry. That's the main thing. I hope everyone's dry. I have started a bit earlier tonight just because of how wet it is and stuff, and I got to have a slight earlier night than I would normally have. I got solo parenting on Friday, on Tuesday for the first time in a while. The other half is going back to work, bless her, so good luck to her going back to work. But we did the right things right, and there were little bits. I think I want to see us tighten up at the back. I really want to see us tighten up at the back, because if we can tighten up at the back and not give away stupid goals, that'll help with the that anxiety that feels in the ground. That anxiety whenever a team scores against us at the minute, there's that sinking feeling. That's something else. It's not just going to be one. It's going to be two. It's going to be three. If we can get rid of that anxiety, I'd be really interesting. Just to wonder why we didn't try the long ball again after the success with Winder. A mixture of, but when people say long ball, they think long ball from the keeper. It wasn't a long ball from the keeper. It was a long ball by thingy. It worked because they were on the same wavelength. Nine times out of 10, the other side, it doesn't work. And then people are going, why they passed it straight to the keeper? I think with long balls, it all depends on how good her accuracy it is. Because the thing is, if you keep playing a game where you're constantly doing long ball, they're going to find you out again. They'll literally find you out again. And that's the thing. We got to change it up. You can't keep going with a long ball. You've got to change it to maybe short and then go long, short and then long. Kind of thing. Should we keep the same defense as Saturday? The part of me that says yes, and the part of me that thinks that if Bernard hadn't have been sent off versus Luton, that squad minus Smith starting Ugbo up top instead would have been the same squad. Now, the interesting thing we got is Ben Hamer is back for Wednesday. He had a full 90 of the under-21s. So we have got the backup keeper in air quotes, just in case. Because there were some people who were questioning Beadle at times. I will say this now. I am not a fan of modern-day goalkeeping in punching. I used to prefer it when goalkeepers used to catch the ball. Punching it really does my head in these days, because unless you get a clean strike on it, it can go here, there, and everywhere. I am at the old school, when I was a lad, W shape, in your hand, catch it. But it is what it is. I don't think Beadle deserved to get dropped. I think he pulled off some really good saves. The save he made in the first half to keep it 2-0 was fantastic. He did really well. He came out, made himself big. I think the only criticism I've got is the defending for that first goal was poor from the throw-in. And the way we actually played in the first half, I was really impressed with how we kept the ball and kept them quiet. It did change when Alex Moa came on for them. The other thing for me as well is we are looking a little bit more clinical again. But that's got to be consistent. And that clinicalness has got to be shots on target, more shots on targets, more trying to test the keeper. Because it's there. It's there or thereabouts. Like, someone made a very good point. I can't remember if it was after the streamers ended. That's what he told me. But if we have won, if we have beaten QPR Luton and got the 3 points with this weekend, we'd be in playoffs. Well, we've got a game on Tuesday night, mate. We got a game on Wednesday night, sorry. So we got a 2-game week. So it all depends on what he picks on Wednesday night, because I believe it'll be a bit of a rotation team this week. Maybe he sticks with the same side that played at the weekend and then rotates it for Coventry. I'd like to see a Jamal Lowe Ugbo combination. I really would like to see a Jamal Lowe Ugbo combination. I think that will work really well. Because I've been impressed with Jamal Lowe when he's been on. It's just not there yet for him. I think we were slow to react to how they were ramping it up with their sub, though. Yeah, I think we did. There's a side of me that on the subs that I get really interesting when he makes these subs, because sometimes they're a little bit. He tends to go defensive a little bit too early on, where I think we could be a bit more attacking to a bit more. But that's my personal opinion. The issue I had when they did start to attack, we started getting deeper and deeper and deeper. We lost all of that attacking ability. It went because there was so much pressure coming on us. And when we were trying to do the press, they had that man advantage in midfield a little bit more with the way they changed it. And I don't like how we keep going back into this ability to, I say it's the ability to like get caught in the moment where we see what I'm going. I think with Ugbo, to fair, he'll get more players. Oh, I need my shorts. I'd like to see Ingolson as a 10. I really would like to see Ingolson as a 10. I think what we've seen from Ingolson so far is very good. And I think you see that the bit... Wednesday night is going to be interesting. Wednesday night is going to be so interesting because this is going to be the first test of what our squad depth is. No worries, mate. Don't have a cow, man. We fell too deep, far too fast. Yeah, we did. Ian GSWC, I hope you're well, mate. And eating that, and I think I've already said that already. Nat, how we doing, my man? Good all your end. I hope everyone is well as well. I think for me, when teams do a tackle when we're ahead, we kind of go into that defensive model of going, right, we're getting attacked, put all our defenses up and go. And the thing is, I thought there was a bit more of an attacking feel we could have had in that game before we started going a bit defensive. Thankfully for us, we turned up and was able to turn it around right near the death. And when they did go attacking, we actually defended a lot of the corners really well. And we actually made the most of some of the set pieces. I was going to go to the pub to watch Bournemouth Southampton, Matt, but too much rain. Yeah, it's horrible out. I'd just stay inside, mate. I'd just stay inside. It's not worth going out. Not worth it. Hi, Glenn. All I'm going to ask, Glenn, is listen. That's all I ask. Welcome back, but listen. But we have to be in a position to be ready for it. And I think one of the things I saw that was really interesting was that when that goal went in from the throw-in, you saw the set piece coach go mental on the sideline. He was absolutely fuming. Like, genuinely, he was fuming for it because you could see they worked on something all week and something hadn't happened, and he threw his bottle. He threw his water bottle and he was absolutely fuming. And I like that, though, because that shows you that the people who we just brought in are already at it, kind of thing, and ready and buying into it. When to play well against top table, West Brom were always going to have a reply, the boy to main. They did, Alex. Get Bannon off for corners and get Fennell on them who need pillow when you got for. It was just really, that ball from him was great. Ian and Mike, how you doing, mate? Your first week back. Just in case you didn't see, tell your mate you don't want to go into it with him. If he's being new, so just block him. I take your apology, mate. Just remember, different community kind of thing. Ian in Shaman Sunset, how you doing? Is it wet where you are? Well, also, feel sorry for Jack. Jack is currently on a plane coming back to the UK. So I think he can have a really rough landing. Jesus. I think Jack can have a very rough landing coming into the UK with it all. But I'm not too bad, mate. Wet. Very wet, but apart from that, good. I think having the set piece coaching, I think you're going to see it change. I think you're going to see how we defend a lot easier. I saw on the end of how he didn't look happy or at all. Could it be a sign of things of trying to defend? It will be. No, it'll be 100% that GESWC. It will be 100% be we're not defending these set pieces. And he will drill them. He will drill him a lot. And the thing is, he'll drill that team. He knows what needs to be happening. The best part of what we've done is we brought in a set piece coach, but a set piece analyst who can look. One can look at all the data and look at all the formations, and then you've got an actual person to go, right, Ben is giving me this for to work on and showing us where we're going wrong. We've got so we can just look at them and go, right, lads, this is your meeting today. We're going to talk about set pieces. Here, and here, he's not doing right, kind of thing. The next two games are realistic wins. They are, but we'll see. Permanently soggy down here in the Shire. Hope you're well. I think it's just permanently soggy in the whole of the UK today. Mate of mine flew to Ibiza today. All right for some. Yep. Badly 100% the cornerstone. I hate to hear bad stuff about a true owl. 100 appearances, 100 assists and goals for Barry Bannon. I just love it. I absolutely love it. I thought Kabachi was okay with set pieces, corners, so on. I think we're going to see it. I generally think we're going to see something different. And the thing is, when we get the international break, they can really work at it. Really properly work at it. It'd be interesting. But he did look okay. I'm looking at least 4 points in net 2 games. I'd take that. We've got 3 away wins this season, but they all come from cup games. They have. The last goal was amazing. It was. The break for that and the ball by Matt Lowe. What also showed me in that game was a lot of players willing to come off the bench and step up. And we have to do that. I think we have to keep coming off the bench and changing things up. Because it showed that there are players there to... I don't want to sound negative, but think someone else should take corners. I've not been a fan of Barry on corners over the year, but he has been better this year. I think Windath is a better corner taker from what I've seen. But then there's a reason why Barry's on corners and the reason why I'm sat here talking about football instead of managing it. So, yeah. I don't get why Johnson doesn't take him many corners. He's the most accurate player we've got in my eyes. Not a bad shout. Not a bad. I think if we got a lot of people who can take corners, maybe this is just the thing though. Maybe this is going to go into a person who coming in to do set pieces, who comes in and goes, right, you're all going to take corners. You're all going to take 20 corners back to back. I'm going to see, when they record it, I'm going to see who's got the best whip. That might be something they do. I like Johnson on corner. I've been saying for years, Glenn Badge should be take up goal position. That's not a bad shout. That would be good. And as soon as the second half kicked out, a new weapon would go on attack and come back at us. Things will. The thing is, that thing, I think we all knew they'd come out with rocket on the backside, kind of thing. What would your prediction team be for Bristol? I'd probably keep the team we just played. And make the changes for the Coventry game. I'll probably just play the team we just played. Probably change up maybe Kabachi for Jamal Lowe. Just in that position personally. Charles was awesome. So might beat me to it on Johnson. Yep. Remember that corner that McNeil in the friendly in Germany? That was good, to be fair. I want to see McNeil playing. I said it very, very clear, but there's obviously a plan there with McNeil. Can Matt Lowe play wide midfield for Johnson as a wing back? Not sure if that's his best position. It's something they could try. Never say never when it comes to things in formations. Things can always change. And the thing is, one of the things we said in the first international break, Danny will tweak this. Danny will tweak this.
Give us McNeil. Give us
I need to find another one because there's a better one than that. Danny will tweak this. We said this after the international break, and he has. And it's been little subtle tweaks. I think playing 3 at the back has been really good. Good question. Let's have a look. I know you have been playing for the under-21s recently. Because I had a look at that the other day. And I don't. Have a look. Line up for today, please. No. No, he wasn't in the under-21 squad. So I'm going to take a guess he was training with the first team today. So no, he wasn't in the under-21 squad. Good to see Jack Poofy on the score sheet today as well. Good to see him back up and running. And we got a penalty today, which is interesting. I'm not saying anything about that, Glenn. I live in Sheffield. That's all you're going to know. I'd like to see McNeil give him a chance for the next season start. Yep, I agree. The development of Danny doing it good. Yep, I agree with that, yeah. Who was the number 9 who played for the under-21 today? Big lad. Was that Devlin Moss? Might have been Devlin Moss. Really good. That goal was amazing. It really was. It was a really good goal. Kavachi and Paul in midfield for me. I think they'd be the best attacking duo we have. I'd like to see Joey loaned out in January. I'd like to see him get loaned out. He took the penalty today for the under-20. It was a good penalty as well. It was a very good penalty. It was nice to see him get a penalty as well. It just doesn't count because it's not a 13 penalty. That's the thing for me. It doesn't count because it's not a 13 penalty. We're still 500 games without a penalty, which is insane. It is absolutely insane that we are still that many games without a pen kind of thing. And hopefully that changes. I just hope. The question for me, who's our penalty taker when we do get our penalty? Because Smith is normally the penalty taker. I'll be interested to see who steps up for penalties. Because Smith was always our penalty taker back in thingy. Well, if Smith ain't playing, who takes it? Is it Jamal Lowe? Is it a Jamal Lowe? Is it Ugbo? I'd be interested. Winnath, maybe? I know Baz was on him for a while, wasn't he? I'd go Ugbo. Got to be Ugbo or Josh. One change I'd like to see on Saturday was to let them dogmatic approach, mix up the general approach, a bit play out from the back, a bit of long ball. Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. I like that. Nothing wrong with mixing it up a bit without... I think you got to mix it up these days. I think there have been too many teams who have shown that sometimes if they just play the same, you can just counter it quite quickly. But, excuse me. I'd probably say Windaft. Yeah. Thing is, I don't know. I think you're either probably going up or Windaft. I think you're right on that. Harmer played today, did, and it was good to see him get 90 minutes. A lot of people are asking where he is, and it's good to see him back in contention, with everything. Because him being in and around it can be fantastic. Like, generally, it's going to be really good for him to be back in the thing, because as much as I like to see Charles play, Charles as your backup, you want to make sure you've got an experienced pro as your backup. I always think that's the case anyway. And that's why he's been brought in. It'll be interesting to see if he gets any game time. Cup games will be interesting, because I think he'll start playing in cup games. Charles will get a break. I'd like to see more youngsters on the pitch with Pato as a feel. You know what? I like Pato. I really like Pato. Everyone knows Pato is a personal favourite of mine. And that's not a bad shout, that My Sugar Journey. It really isn't. Because I think he's really good at just leading people. You've seen it in the inside match day stuff. He's actually got good camaraderie with some of the youngsters. And he'll have good banter and good chat with them. I think he does turn around and gives a good account of himself. Didn't stand out a bit that walking frames a giveaway. We'll play hard again. Probably would. I think you probably would. Pato gives it all. Shea Charles is getting better and better each game. The thing is, you can see, you could see there was a good player at the back end of last season for Southampton. And he was good. 37 people watching, 19 likes. Get those likes up, people. I much appreciate it. I'm kind of gutted that we haven't seen more of Pato recently, but I think also Pato, one of these players, he knows what his role is. He knows what his role is in the thing, and he's not going to complain. He might complain if he doesn't get subbed on. We've seen that. But he knows what his role in the team is. Like, I think he put up today on Instagram, it's 4 years ago today. Or this season, since he signed. Which, you forget he's been here a long time. Like, generally, I think we all forget how long Pato's actually been here. Yeah. 6 hours ago, so 4 years ago today, Pato signed. So, it's literally, you forget he's been here for that long. I don't think Beadle did much wrong until he played. Again, Brentford, if you notice, we're not playing Beadle because Beadle can't play due to cup tie and stuff like that. We need cut runs for Pato to be a member with the youth. True. He did have the captain's armband when we played Blackpool. He did have the captain's armband when we played at Blackpool, so that's good. I like to infuse a chance in third team. Good player, and I agree. You know what? Sean Fuse is going to do well in this squad, and I think you'll see a lot of the players we got and the players who are reserve or your B team, you're going to see more of them come up in the next couple of weeks, because we're starting to get into that Saturday, Tuesday game run in. And the more you have that, the more you're going to need these players to come in and around it and properly help out. And I think it can be really helpful for us to have them in around it and ready. And the thing is with Pato, he's been here through the highs, he's been here through the lows. And he's a player who could have gone a couple of times. I'd like to see, I don't think Beadle cup time. I don't, unless he might not be cup type, but it could also be that Brighton asked him not to play in the cups. There could be something in the contract that says that they don't want him to play in cups. That could be something. It could be something like that. Because we have seen him not do cup games. So it could be a case of that we're just resting him because he's the 13 keeper for league games as well. It could be a bit of that. Evening, Danny. Big P, yep. Wednesday night will tell us a bit more about how Danny planned to use the squad. It will do. I am actually looking forward to Wednesday night. Wednesday night also, we're doing a watch along. So be here and enjoy that. We are going to be doing a watch along. We'll be starting around 7:30-ish. But yeah, we are doing a watch along on Wednesday night. We've got a debrief on Thursday night, and then we've got a roundup on Friday night, and then we'll have a debrief on the Monday. So you've got a busy week this week. Do you think I do you think it's interesting that Danny is reverting Neymar and Liam Palmer, etc., over some of the other signings? I think it's knowing what's there and being smart and knowing what's not working yet. I think the thing is, I think it's actually a bit of Danny using his head and going, some of them are not up to speed yet, kind of thing. They are not up to speed yet, and he's waiting for them to get up to speed. So when they get up to speed, they'll be ready. We're actually on Guy against Brentford Cup. We are. One guy this week, I believe. If you can enjoy Wednesday game. Adebayo need to play the good player, could end up in the same mold as Charles. True. Yeah, I gotta say it. We ain't got Adebayo. Otatonga Bio. I can never say names. I am so bad. People will voice note me names and it'll just go there. I'll listen to it and listen to it and listen to it, and then go into a game and go, right, I'm gonna get this right, and then I butcher it. I hate doing names. I really do. It's not my forte, as they say. 35 people watching, 20 likes. Let's get those likes up to the 30 if you don't mind. It all does help. But I generally think that there's a part of me that's looking forward to seeing what Danny does midweek. Because one of the criticisms we had of Danny last season where they didn't have the players for the rotation for the midweek games. So we will get players who will be absolutely shattered come Saturday, and they'd be puffing and blowing and puffing and blowing, and we struggle. I think this is where we see how Danny really is a manager, because he got the players now to do that rotation. We got enough players for it now. And Iorfa coming back helps. I think Iorfa is one of the ones we do need to see, but we don't want to play him too quickly. So maybe he might be ready for Coventry. It's sounding more and more and more like that we're not going to see Chalobah till after the international break. And I think on my end, it's more of a case of let's just give him a more time because Charles is doing the job at the minute. I'm just imagining the link when they finally get a penalty, and then the scenes when we miss it because no one remembers. I actually said this on the 72 review podcast. I did say I hope someone remembers how to take penalties because it's been that long. What would you say was the hardest name you had to pronounce? I suggest it was Oh, that's a good question, Barry. We've had some bad ones. We've had some bad ones that I've struggled with over the years. I've been doing this since 2012, so there've been some absolute stinkers. I know Wengwi was hard. Who did I used to get wrong all the time? There's a player we had and I could never say his name. I had like 2 or 3 different ways of saying. To be fair, I got Gassama and Basaba wrong for a while. Uragidi was hard. The lad who came through our academy. I always struggle with his name. What I tend to do is when it comes to players, I will try and find what their first name is. And if it's an easy one to do as a no, it's not me. Nah. I think it will be interesting to see what team he picks at Wednesday night. I'm looking forward to the game. Very optimistic. Hard game, but I think we'll get the result. Yep. Blimey, what have the continental? We had a few seasons. I need surgery to pronounce his name. Oh, what was the Congolese lad? Oh, yeah. Hang on. Yes, I do remember who you mean. Ninumbi Nunsingu. That one. Back in, oh, God. Yeah, that one. A lot of struggle with Adadoin. I did struggle with Adadoin when I was there. Really struggled with him. I struggled with Kachunga for a while. Kachunga I really struggled with. Maghoma. No, it's not Maghoma. It's Oh, I'm going to have to put it in the chat because I ain't going to get it. That's the one. Could you see 4-2-3-1 with Charles and Chalobah at 2 with Bannon in the middle? I could see it. I could actually see that, but I'd like to see us stick with 3 at the back. Personally, I'd like to see that with 3 at the back. 3 at the back. I think we'd play better with it. Was it different to see them? We had the Chubba Chub sponsorship, wasn't it? Yeah, 2003, 2005, I think. What Drake was signing from, we did indeed. He was a really good player. He eventually left us and went to Preston on loan and Colchester. He ended up finishing his career at Darlington, of all places. He was a really good player. He's 41. Wow, that made me feel old. A week way. I did struggle with way for a while. I got a Chubba Chub shirt, right? Dave, I love the Chubba Chub shirt. Ipswich had him at one point. Did they? What was he at Ipswich? Was he on loan? There's a name from the past. But after Darlington defeated on penalty, he was relieved by manager David Penny. I remember David Penny. Bit of a legend down Donny way. I like to say Icky. I like to say Icky as well. I see that individual made such a stupid statement on the weekend now. He's without employment. He's also got a lifetime ban. I'm not going to throw too much onto it. But all I will say is think smart before you do anything on social media. A lot of people think they're not going to get found out when they do stuff. They will. This day and age in the internet, be smarter if you're going to do things. At the end of the day, such a dumb comment, and he's now lost his job, lifetime ban, and he can have a record kind of thing. So you have to be really smart about what you put online. And this is why I'm very careful with what I say on streams. I'm very careful with what I try and say, because at the end of the day, things get clipped out of context and then things get done in a different way. What the person said is completely and utterly disgraceful, and we don't give it the light of day it should have. There's another Wednesday fan who was seen going out making a gesture about the fan that died, and I hope that person gets found as well and given a similar punishment as well. I'm sick of having idiots, and I am sick and tired of the club having it every season where there's something that happens at a game from a fan being a moron kind of thing. I'll just call it basically what it is. Don't be a moron. Use your head, because at the end of the day, you're not thinking about anyone else. You just think about, oh, this will be a good ride, this will be good for clicks, or I'm going to do this gesture from where I'm sat or walking out. Just don't. Walk away. Barry Murphy, you could have got that right. Barry Murphy was on the Man City coaching team the other from last season. I was wanting him at one point to went to Gaffer. But I've been going for an hour, guys. I'm going to go rest, recuperate, and get ready to get my backside beaten up by a 9-month-old tomorrow. Because you're going to keep me on my toes. I wish the fools who dragged the club into this would just stop with the dumb crap. Yeah, same. It's getting annoying, isn't it? It's getting annoying. Night, Lola. Sleep well. Social media made a lot of answer to where people making nasty comments are. Yep, exactly. I think social media is a good thing and a bad thing. I think it got its good side, but it got its awful, horrible sides. But yeah, thank you for watching tonight, guys. Remember to keep your notification bell on. There's a live stream on Wednesday night. Watch along. Debrief Thursday. Friday, we've got things. And there's videos galore going up throughout the rest of the week. So yeah, it'll be good. I'll tell you something, Jay. Never inside my brain would it make me say irrational nature or mocking people to death because I'm well educated, my old man, and people who I've known in my life. Yeah, I think a lot of people. The thing is, a lot of people just don't think, mate. A lot of people don't think. My number one thing I'll give you at the end of this: think before you type, and just remember it's the internet after all. Have a good week, people, and have a great. Just enjoy your week. Let's hopefully we get 3 points on Wednesday and 3 points on Saturday, and we go into the international break looking good.